Are you listening?
Welcome to another episode of the Nerf Report, your go-to source for all the week's gaming news, nerfed into one show once a week, so you can focus less on reading the news and get back to playing those video games. And on this week's episode, with Microsoft announcing their next-gen console, Project Scarlet at E3, many were led to believe that the rumor of Xbox working on two new consoles is dead. But according to new details, it looks like a brand new $60 Xbox console might still be in development. But before we get into any of that, your top headlines. First up this week, Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red's upcoming futuristic open-world game has been described by many as ambitious, unbelievable, breathtaking. And for many, Cyberpunk 2077 is already 2020's Game of the Year. But this week it was revealed that CD Projekt Red is working on not one, not two, but 3 Cyberpunk games. And if you've already heard that, well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it was wrong. You see, according to PC Gamer, the mix-up was due to a mistranslation with Google Translate. Andy Chalk from PC Gamer wrote, "The report emerged from Polish site bankier.pl, which quoted CD Projekt president Adam Kuczynski as saying, 'We're working on 3 Cyberpunk things, over the main game and over 2 more.' And as you can imagine, that led to widespread excitement until somebody at CD Projekt Red decided they had to kill everyone's buzz and clear it up for everyone. The representative from CD Projekt Red said, "We currently have a total of 5 teams working on a number of projects, with 3 focusing on the development of Cyberpunk 2077. These include CD Projekt Red Warsaw and Krakow, who are handling the main game, as well as Wrocław Studio, where around 40 industry specialists are engaged in technology R&D. A separate, dedicated team at the Warsaw Studio is handling the development of Gwent. The final team is Spoko, which is currently working on a yet unannounced mobile project." Mobile gaming. To some, this phrase brings up the idea of crushed candy, Angry Birds, and Clash's Oh So Royale. And while some gamers look down upon mobile gaming and go as far as to claim that it's not real gaming, one thing is true. Mobile gaming makes a shit ton of money. According to Sensor Tower, mobile app revenue is up 15% for the first half of 2019. Both the Apple App Store and Google Play Store have generated $39.7 billion in the first 6 months of 2019. Of that $39 billion, $29.6 billion are directly linked to mobile gaming, with games like Honor of Kings bringing in $728 million. Fate Grand Order generated $628 million, and Monster Strike generated $566 million. Jeez, I need a frickin' mobile app. Tron, or for the younger generation, that really cool level in Kingdom Hearts 2. Or for the really younger generation, imagine Ready Player One, but it was made in the 80s. Well, this week, a massive rumor was leaked onto Reddit. The rumor in question hinted at the potential of a new next-generation Tron game. Reddit user Dr. Fugazi3 wrote, "Tron Game, some minor details now. Open-world RPG with online components tied together. Same world connected with the single player and online. Release after next gen 2021, 3+ years in development." Dr. Fugazi 3 expanded upon the game, saying some more tidbits of the game. Open world Tron Game RPG in development at Ubisoft's worldwide studios. Development first began at Ubisoft Shanghai around 3+ years ago, but production is really ramping up now with other studios to assist. The single player and the online are connected. The same characters and the same world will interact with the player. There is a heavy emphasis on verticality and transportation, that being the light cycles and jets, which can be called anytime in the open world. Combat is very skill-based, and you can die or be de-rezzed very fast. Different weapons such as ID discs, swords, shields, guns, etc. play a role in combat. The online is very expansive, and an arena-style online PvP is being developed. The game is big and beautiful, and the aesthetic is closer to the movie Tron Legacy than the original. Disney and Ubisoft plan this game to be a big new AAA game and a big seller. The internal launch date is expected to be 2021, but that is subject to change. The game is expected to be on current gen, but focus is now on next gen platforms. Sea of Thieves. Rare's open-world pirate game has had a renaissance of new content as of late, and there is plenty more on the way. Currently, Rare is testing a new update for Sea of Thieves Adventure Mode titled Black Powder Stashes. The update will give gamers new ways to play in the world of Sea of Thieves, along with new commendations, quality of life improvements, and new social dynamics. Rare will also be testing out changes for Sea of Thieves PvP mode Arena. Currently, Rare is testing out new ship sizes through its Insider program, and hopes to bring the new sizes to the main game following thorough testing. All of these updates are expected to arrive on Sea of Thieves July 17th, 2019.
Now for something completely different. Yeah.
Xbox. Leading up to this year's E3, Microsoft's plans for the next gen were kind of hazy. We knew that Microsoft was working on some form of next-gen console, along with engineering a state-of-the-art cloud-based streaming service called xCloud. In fact, prior to E3, it was speculated that Microsoft was working on two Xboxes, Project Anaconda and a cheaper version titled Project Lockhart. Project Anaconda is now what we know as Scarlet, the next generation in Xbox gaming console. And as far as Project Lockhart goes, many notable platforms have suggested that this cheaper, less powerful next-gen console is dead, due to Microsoft's focus on making xCloud and Scarlet as successful as possible. Well, according to Microsoft analyst Brad Sams of Thurrott.com, a second next-gen Xbox console may not be out of the question. According to Brad Sams, employees working close to the project have confirmed that this project is not dead. They have a cloud console box, which is a really low-power, low-latency device that is designed to connect directly to xCloud and will give you a better experience. The idea here is for Xbox to have an experience that works similar to Google Stadia. With Stadia, your controller communicates directly to the cloud, which is streaming the gameplay footage to your phone, Chromecast, PC, or tablet. Microsoft's xCloud console would do the exact same thing and potentially offer a better experience than just streaming to an app or a television. Brad Sams continued by saying, "What I am hearing is that this cloud console box is not dead and is still actively being worked on. Will it ship? That we don't know." I think it's pretty easy at this point to make a compelling case for it when you compare it to what Stadia is offering with their controller. And we all know that xCloud will play on your browser, and you don't need that stuff. But there is definitely going to be a middle ground of people that want a controller experience with their TV at home, and that they don't want to buy an Anaconda for $4.99. And that is the key point there, price. Because as much as gamers love their teraflops and 4K graphics, price will always play a factor in next-gen purchases. And with Stadia offering cloud-based gaming with 4K resolution for $69.99, the case for a $499 console to stream cloud-based games becomes a lot more difficult to make. In fact, Brad Sams suggests if Microsoft is really confident, which I am hearing that they are starting to become with their xCloud services, selling a really low-priced box that does just a marginal amount of compute makes a lot of sense. Because you can imagine they could sell this console for $60, maybe toss in a controller for $80. And this is the really intriguing part of this story. If Microsoft goes into this next gen with Scarlet, an extremely powerful console, but also offers xCloud, a service that allows gamers to take that Scarlet experience anywhere, that does open up the door for a cheaper cloud-based console. Think of it this way. The xCloud is not there to replace Scarlet. Microsoft wants to sell as many of those as they can, because Scarlet will always be the best Xbox that you can get. Instead, xCloud is there to complement Scarlet and make the Xbox experience more accessible than ever. If Microsoft can prove that xCloud is a viable project and that an xCloud console enhances that experience, it would be a no-brainer for gamers who can't afford a $500 console. And those opposed to using their phones for cloud-based gaming, they could just connect the xCloud console to your television and play your favorite games streamed from the cloud. And that is the extremely exciting part. Because if done correctly, a generation of power, ease of access, and the ability to play anywhere could make Xbox the most accessible place to game. And finally for this week, we come to that noise, of course, signifies that we are running out of time and coming close to the end of the show. So in order to cover all the week's remaining news, we must initiate a segment that I like to call Every single week, we have so much news to talk about and so little time to do it. So we take all the week's remaining news, put 60 seconds on the clock, and try to cover it as fast as humanly possible without running out of breath, passing out, or dying. And I want to preface this by saying this is extremely selfish, but I would like to live long enough to see Cyberpunk 2077. So we're not dying today. So with that in mind, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. And go. Spyro is coming to Crash Team Racing. We got a brand new Ice Age game on the way. Anthony Davis is the official cover athlete of NBA 2K20. Fortnite has a brand new drum shotgun. Dry Bowser is the final DLC character for Mario Tennis Aces. Cross saves are coming to Destiny 2 on September. Can't wait for that one. Far From Home Spider-Man skins have officially arrived on PlayStation Spider-Man for free. Armored Mewtwo is coming to Pokemon Go on July 10th. Dr. Mario Mobile will feature multiplayer. Cuphead DLC expansion has been delayed until 2020, which gives me plenty of time to beat that game. I'm still stuck on like the first level. And finally for this week, I appeared on a podcast this week called Ready, Set, Gamecast. Fantastic people over there. I've linked to it in the description down below. We talked about loot boxes and game preservation. Definitely give it a listen. That is it for Nerfed in 60 seconds, and that is it for this week's episode of the show. If you like what you saw, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new here and haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. As always, my name is Bryant Chappel. You are you, and this has been the Nerf Report. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks again for watching my video. If you liked it and you want to see more content just like it, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right here. And while you're at it, check out one of these great videos that YouTube thinks you'll like. Actually, I bet you'll like the first one, that top one. Definitely click the top one.